Hi, I'm Amy Kaiser-Skemper, and today we are covering some gym equipment basics. If you are new to the gym and not sure where to start, I'm going to show you 10 beginner-friendly exercises using the machines to give you a safe and effective full body workout. Let's start with our lower body. This is the incline leg press. This machine is going to work your entire lower body. So legs, quads, hamstrings, glutes, and you'll be engaging the core. With this machine and others, I do recommend starting with no weight so you can get a feel for the motion. When it comes to finding the right weight for you on any machine, you want your first few reps to be kind of easy. And then by the time you get to the last few reps, it's pretty challenging. It takes a little bit of trial and error, but once you find your weight, you'll know where to start and how to progress. This machine is plate loaded, so when you're ready to add weight, you're gonna take the weight plate, put it on the bar, press it all the way in. When you're done, don't forget to re-rack your weights. With this machine, you want this to be at a little bit of an incline. You can adjust to your comfortability. Once you're seated, you can let your head and neck relax. Then we're gonna put our feet about hip distance apart in the middle of the platform. These are your safety handles. You're gonna press up just a couple inches, release the safety handles, and then you're gonna slowly lower your knees into your chest as far as is comfortable for you, and then press the weight away. You don't have to go to full extension, locking out the knees. Keep a slight bend. You want that range of motion as far as you can go for where you are in your fitness level. Let's do a few reps. When you finish those reps, you want to press up a little higher again, bring the safety handles back in, and then lower the weight to complete. This is the lying hamstring curl. I know it can look a little intimidating at first, but it's actually a great exercise to isolate the hamstrings, those muscles down along the back of your leg. We're also strengthening along the knee joint. With this machine, I recommend starting this foot pad a little bit higher. As you get more comfortable with the motion, you can adjust it to be lower to get more range of motion on your curl. So you're gonna start that high, so it should come sitting right at the top of your ankles, and you're gonna slowly lower yourself, your hips and your torso onto the bench. Once you're here, you can grab onto those handles, feet flexed, and you're gonna slowly curl your heels in towards your glutes, holding at the top just for a little extra burn, and then slowly lower down. Again, making sure that you're taking it slow as you go up and as you go down. Bringing those heels in as far as is comfortable for you. Let's get a few reps. Next, we're doing a goblet squat. This is a lower body exercise, again, for quads, hamstrings, glutes, and core. Depending on the size of your gym and the busyness of your gym, some machines may not be available. Dumbbells are a great way to get that full body workout when you don't have access to the machines. The goblet squat uses one dumbbell that you're gonna squat holding at your chest. So you're gonna place your hands underneath, holding it like a goblet. If you're in a gym and you have access to a bench, it's a great way to know how low you need to go. Holding that weight right at your chest, chest open. We're gonna drive the hips back, sit low into that squat position like you're sitting in a chair or sitting on a bench, and then return to standing, connecting with your core, connecting with your glutes. These are pretty strong muscles, so if it feels too easy, grab something a little heavier, and remember to engage your core on the way down and on the way up. Let's do a few reps. Next up is your deadlift. This is using medium to heavy dumbbells, and this is our hinge movement pattern. So driving the hips to the back and then returning to a standing position. Once you have your weights, we're gonna take our feet hip distance apart, Pull those shoulders back and down so we can go down with a nice flat back. Soft bend in the knees, we're gonna hinge forward, driving our hips to the back, having those weights close to the front of our legs, and then you're gonna stand up, returning to that standing position, connecting with the glutes and the core. Let's do a few reps. Let's move on to upper body. This is the lat pull down. This is a great upper body pull exercise using the cables to work all those big muscles down along your spine, as well as shoulders and arms. When selecting a weight for the lat pull down, I recommend starting a little bit lighter as you get a feel for it. You just pull out the pen and adjust to where you want to start. Some gyms also have half plates that you can add if you need a little bit less weight. You'll want to adjust the seat and the knee pads so you can sit comfortably with the pads snug on the top of your legs. Then we're gonna stand to grab the bar. You wanna create a V position with your arms, grabbing on the curves of those handles. Slowly come to that seated position, and then you're gonna pull that bar right across the top of the chest, pulling your elbows down and squeezing in the shoulder blades. And then slowly control the weight on the way back up. Really making sure that you're taking your time, not just on the way down, but also on the return. Let's do a few reps. This is the chest press. And even though it's called a chest press, we're actually working all of your upper body push muscles. So chest, shoulders, and triceps, which I love to work. So you're gonna sit down into the seat, and these handles should be right along the chest. So you may have to adjust the seat up or down depending on your height. Then we're gonna grab the handles, open up the chest, pull the shoulder blades down, and angle your elbows down just a bit so they're not too far up or too far in. Split the difference. From here, you can use a foot pedal to press the weight away to start. And then we're gonna extend out and then slowly bring it back just to the weight almost touching. You don't wanna slam the weight, but that's about where your range of motion wants to be. Of course, if it feels too easy, increase that weight. Let's do a few reps here. Next is the seated row. This is another upper body pull exercise to work your back muscles and your arms and core. Once you're seated, you wanna slide forward just a bit, feet on the footrest, and then grab your handles. Go ahead and sit back, roll those shoulders back and down, engage the core, and then we're gonna pull your elbows towards your rib cage. Slowly return to that starting extended position. Making sure that you're not getting up in those shoulders, that you're really pulling the shoulder blades down, bringing the elbows back, squeezing in the shoulder blades, and maintaining that good open chest posture. Let's do a few reps. Once you've completed your reps, you can place your feet on the floor and inch forward to slowly return the handle. Next is your shoulder press. So upper body push going over your head, working your shoulders and back. You're coming to a seated position, making sure that you're seated comfortably and that these handles are just below your shoulders. That's gonna give you a good range of motion as you press. You can sit back against the bench. We'll start with this outside grip. You're gonna extend all the way up and then slowly bringing the weight down again till the plate touches or almost touches. If that starts to feel a little heavy or a little too wide, you can come to this inside grip. It's gonna make it a little easier as it's closer to the midline of your body. Let's finish with 2 core exercises. I love doing core on the bench because it's a little more accessible than having to get a mat out or get down on the ground. And it's great to add in between sets, maybe if the gym is really busy and you can't get to your intended machine. Let's start with the dead bug. We're gonna come down lying on the bench. And from here, you're gonna bring your knees up into a tabletop position. So think 90-degree angle. We're gonna bring all of those core muscles in together to stabilize. Arms are up. We're gonna take your opposite hand, opposite leg, extending out, and then bringing everything back into the center. Looks easy, but if you're really engaging your core, you're gonna feel it pretty quickly. You can use your breath to help deepen that connection. And if that starts to feel like too much, you can take it just to a little toe tap rather than that full extension of the leg. Let's do a few reps. This exercise is an elevated plank. So similar to what we would do on the mat or the floor, but we're gonna elevate it on a bench. So you're gonna place your feet back away from the bench, and you can come down on those elbows if that is comfortable from you. Keeping your hands and shoulders and elbows about shoulder width apart, we're just gonna hold here for 30 seconds, thinking about lifting in the core, tightening out in the core, the glutes, the hamstrings, and the quads, and breathing through the motion. Let's hold for 30 seconds. So there you have it. Now you have the skills you need to walk into any gym and get a full body workout using machines and dumbbells with confidence. I'm Amy, and I will see you next time. And then go ahead, is it on something super heavy? Yep. Sorry about that. It's 145 pounds. I can do it, guys, just not on camera. Okay.